Good morning. So nice to see you as we kick off another 3+U. As always, hope your day is off to a good start. We're going to begin, I think, with a positive spin on the show this morning, talking about money with a man who makes it A, easy to understand, B, makes you feel good about your prospects and what you're going to do with your money, and then C, he educates you along the way. So the man is Kevin Fuerst, who is here from Fuerst Financial Group. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Julie.
I'm going to throw two dates out before we really begin our conversation. So April 25th at 6 p.m. is one date. May 25th at 10 or 6 is the other date.
Correct.
Because every month Kevin does these educational seminars. You're welcome to come. They're no cost to you. Ask your own questions, right?
Correct, that's right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You wanted this morning, though, to focus a little bit on the difference, I guess, between a trust and a will. Is that right?
That's right.
So is it true or false that only a corporation or an entity can have a trust? Can an individual person also have a trust?
Yeah, so before we get started, I'll put a little disclaimer. I'm not an attorney.
Okay.
And any information I give you might want to check with your attorney first. So
Okay.
Anybody can have a trust. Any individual can. Mostly individuals for us that we deal with. We like the trust. We like what the trust does. My own experience with my grandfather was very painful going through probate court. And so finding a way to avoid that to me was very important. And then carrying that forward to my clients and helping them avoid it as well was important. You don't have to. A will still works. You just have to go through a probate court system to make that happen.
Okay, so if you've got one person in your office talking to you and they have a choice between a trust or a will, what is the different procedure then to establish a trust versus a will?
Really, I don't think there's any difference other than the documents that you're getting. The will is a little bit different, a little less, maybe less expensive and a little easier to put together. The trust, there's more thought that has to go into it, but I think it's the same. You still have to have executors, beneficiaries. How do you want it to be distributed after you pass away?
Right.
All those things are the same. And then you have powers of attorney, living wills. All those things are included with the trust, not included, but you want to consider those when you're doing any kind of planning, estate planning. And then you have to make the best choice for you. What's best for you? The more you have to lose, I think the more you have to look at the trust. So, if you have $1,000, maybe you just need a will. You need somebody to settle the house, settle the bank account, and you're done. A will might really be best for you. If you have, $1 million, and you have a house, and you have a business, and you have other assets, now it gets a little more complicated in the distribution and going through the probate court system.
You said right off the bat that you're not an attorney.
Correct.
I mentioned first these monthly seminars that you have. Often you have an attorney there.
Not often, all the time.
Always.
We
you
always
do.
have the attorney there when we talk about estate planning. Yep.
And
Always.
that way people can ask their own questions.
Correct, that's right.
So I think I've asked you this before, but I'll ask it again. Estate planning. Some people watching may think all I have is the $1,000. I don't have an estate. Everybody has an estate.
They do. So beneficiaries are the most important thing you can look at, one. Two, powers of attorney. So if you become incapacitated, do you have the document in place that somebody can help manage your finances, pay your bills, write checks, and your health care, take care of your health care decisions? So that's estate planning. It's just, you don't need a will or a trust necessarily, depending on the size of your estate, but you may.
I've begun quoting you. You don't know this,
no.
but I've begun quoting you. He has this phrase, you have to watch a thing to change a thing.
It's true.
So that I've kind of adopted that into my own life's philosophy. But I'm like so many people, Kevin. I leave my house in the mornings and I've got 15,000 things swirling through my head. And I feel sometimes like I'm glad that I have my electric account set up to be paid automatically.
Right,
the idea of
right.
thinking about my money, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. You said something earlier that again speaks to your philosophy, that every bit of money you have serves a purpose.
Correct.
And you have to decide, individual, what that purpose is.
That's right. That's right. It's easier to plan and it's easier to decide how to invest that money if you understand what the purpose is. Just like life insurance has a purpose. Well, what is the purpose? It's to pay a lump sum at death. Well, is it to pay off debt? Is it to create an income? Or is it to a gift to a charity or to children? I mean, what is the purpose of life insurance? If you don't have a purpose for life insurance, then why have it?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
Other than we're all going to pass away, but I mean, so you don't need as much. But if you have children, if you have grandchildren, you want to give those children or grandchildren money for college or whatever, now life insurance may be something that you want to look at.
So with the 30 seconds I have left, it's not so much that there is a way to manage your money, it's that you have to find your way.
That's right.
To manage your money.
That's right, yeah. Because everything else is equal. I think no matter who you're talking to, when you're talking to them about your finances, you have to know what the purpose of that money is. Is it for retirement? Is it short term? Is it long term? Is it for college education, which is in 10 to 15 years, whatever the case may be, or private college? I've had clients that put their kids through private high school or private school, and then they're able to get scholarships and stuff into college and don't have to pay for college. So there's two ways to look at paying for college as well.
Quick yes or no, if people come out on the 25th of either month, April or May, to talk about the trust versus will, and they have a will, should they bring it with them?
No. We're just going to, it's a workshop, it's educational, it helps them understand the basics of wills, of probate, of using a trust, and all the other documents that go with it. Don't bring anything.
Okay, here's where you'll find him. It's Fuerst Financial Group on Century Oaks Drive. 899-8555 is their phone number. It's a family business. They would happy to let you be part of that family. And their website, I love it, is growkeepleave.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
Dear Evan Hansen is coming to the Memorial Auditorium, and you could win a pair